Well, in today's Dollars and Cents, we hear a lot about inflation, the cost of things going up, but what about deflation, and why might that not be such a good thing? Garrison III from Preservation Financial Group joins us now with more. Davis, good to see you.
Thanks for having me, Amy.
So certainly when we think about inflation, we usually think cost of prices, things going up, and that's not a good thing. So deflation would be a good thing because it means things are coming down, but you say that may actually be a cause for worry.
At first blush, deflation is a strange economic phenomenon because prices do come down. And so initially we think that's a good thing. Unfortunately, as prices come down, they are usually in a deflationary period accompanied by income coming down. If you look back at the last 15 years, 10 years of it has been, income has been flat. And so deflation is not necessarily a good thing. The Fed has gone through several sessions of printing money, $4.5 trillion printed out of thin air. All right, that's coming home to roost at some point in time. And the World Trade Organization, as in regards to deflation, just recently came out and said that trade will be in the next year 39% less than it is already.
Wow,
now that's a lot of people around the world looking for a place to sell their goods.
Right.
Our GDP a month ago, the GDP for the third quarter was stated by the administration that it would be 3%, which is a healthy growth for the economy. And it's coming in right around 1%. And so this is not a good thing. 3% GDP would be great for the country and it would pull us out of it. But the Federal Reserve is basically refusing to raise interest rates to accommodate inflation, which they target, if we had 2% inflation, would be a good thing. But because of the way it is, and analysts right now are looking at what might be the next shoe drop to really put us into a deflationary situation. And one example of it is Deutsche Bank in Germany. They are currently valued below their book value, which means that investors think that they're inflating their assets to look better. And as a matter of fact, there was an email just before I left my office that the first of this week, Angela Merkel in Germany, the chancellor, said that they would not help Deutsche Bank with any kind of funding. This morning they're talking about funding $16 billion, and Deutsche Bank is showing $14 billion on their balance sheet. And so this is one of the reasons that economists and analysts are thinking right now that we know that the stock market is going to go down again. It may be sooner than later because of everything that's going on.
And certainly opening a whole nother subject matter for us, and you're going to continue to sort of walk us through this as we continue to see this in the market.
Right.
Good to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having me.
For more information, you can always check out Preservation Financial Group's website. It is right there on your screen. There's their office location on Sunset Drive in Johnson City.